Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, my channel's Finding Value. Today we're going to do our daily technical analysis update of commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. I'll interject my financial opinions as we go through it. If you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all these topics and sectors, looking for investment opportunities and sharing them with everyone in the community. Specials, the coupon code, 50% off the first month only on the monthly membership and a larger discount on the yearly membership. And you can always switch from a monthly to a yearly for further savings if you like. All right, let's dive in, take a look, see what's going on today. Starting with the DXY or dollar. Again, I think we're going to go higher here. I know a lot of people think we're going to get a weaker dollar, but that's not what the chart is suggesting. We've got the squeeze, the breakout, the retest, and then we have another squeeze that's occurring with a bullish engulfing pattern. So we can draw a falling wedge here. This is generally a bullish formation. We've got a bullish engulfing candlestick today. Those generally resolve upwards. So we still have upward pressure being applied by the buyers and the sellers from the chart patterns that are being transcribed here. Generally, with a stronger dollar, we see stronger yields. And what do we have today? Stronger yields. So what we had here, and this is where you have to be kind of open. We had this big selling pressure candlestick there. That was the job reports revision day where things got revised lower. I think that this could potentially be a double bottom, and we're getting a bullish piercing candlestick that occurred today, and we could head higher. Now, a lot of people say, well, why do you say could? Well, in the short term, we're just working with patterns, and a lot of them are candlestick patterns, and they're not 100%. So that leaves you to the could, not it will. Now, this still looks bullish. What we have here is a lot of bullishness in that circle there. Big reversal candlestick. That big green candlestick there is a big reverse. And then we had a bullish formation here with smaller selling pressure. So you have the impulse move higher, the small selling pressure. Impulse move higher, small selling pressure. And there isn't a ton of strong selling pressure all through here. It's pretty weak. The only strong selling pressure day was this one where they revised the jobs data lower, which is essentially controlled by people. The market is controlling all of the rest, in my opinion, here. So to me, I mean, this here, it still looks good to go higher. It looks like it's going to try to give a bounce here to move on up. The 10-year up 1.2. And again, we had a bearish engulfing candlestick yesterday, but now we fired back with a reversal candlestick. Big wick at the bottom. We'll see if there's any follow through here. We have some downside momentum. From about here on, we've been tracking lower. We have an upward facing pattern. We go to put follow through on this sucker and no follow through. That's what we're seeing today, no follow through, which is a big deal. If we had big follow through here, like a big red candlestick, I'd say, oh damn, there's some, there's some pressure behind yields going lower. To me here, it's like, that pressure isn't that big. And then the 30-year up 1%. Again, this could go higher. I mean, this may be it. And the reason I say may, we've got this big wick at the bottom. That's a reversal candlestick where you come on down. You can see kind of the downward movement there. Let me throw something here. I'll do a line chart. It's a little easier to see. You draw this and see how that downtrend's broken? So we had a strong kind of selling pressure move, but then we had a big reversal here today. And it was done in a very short period of time. Do you see how powerful this move is? What that is, it generated a lot of upside movement. So that's what this candlestick is today. It looks to me like we're trying to reverse that downside momentum that was generated yesterday, and we could get a pop higher. TLT down, so those are bond prices. Decent move lower today with the yields going up. We've got the 2 and the 10 inverting again today. Man, this is keeping us on our toes. Now, this is a generated day from, we'll call it the job revisions day. That could be generated by human beings. We kind of came up, maybe this is the digestion of that move. Maybe that is the return move. So we've got a falling wedge, breakout, which the arrow is, a retest, and now a bullish engulfing where we could go higher to the upside. Is that going to be the case? Are we going to get the follow through to the upside? I mean, obviously, no one knows for sure, but that's what the charts are reading. They're reading that we could reinvert the curve here, and that came out with a stronger PPI number today. TYX TNX ratio down a little bit, stronger PPI, increasing rates, increasing dollar, all that stuff. We've got gold down a little bit. Now, some people are screaming that this is going to, they called it, that this is going to come lower, blah, blah, blah. That could be the case. If that was the case, what we would see is a resurgence of inflation-sensitive assets. Gold is kind of that safe haven. Gold is the one that fills in the weakness in the market. Now, if inflation comes, that's viewed as strength, and that strength generally is paired with stronger inflation-sensitive assets like oil. So here we are going lower in gold, and that could still consolidate sideways or lower. Getting a little bit of selling pressure today. Silver's down a little bit, 1.44, still underneath some critical, I'll say, we're not really underneath a bunch of resistance. We're still working our way out of the last of resistance that's left, is what I'll call it. So that's still a little bit of selling pressure today, still looks okay. Platinum's up. Now, platinum's an inflation-sensitive asset. This is inflation-sensitive. Now, if we start cruising higher here, and again, not all, when in the short term, you can get these patterns that develop, but they can change rapidly. They could be null and void very quickly in the short term because things change. And that's why short-term trading is so difficult, because things can change on a dime. So longer term breakout, it's all up. This could go up here. It could. And if we get that right mix of market conditions, we could be sailing. Again, palladium's also up 2.23%. This looks like a falling wedge bottom. I think we're going higher here. It looks good. So palladium could be a good bet. Same with platinum. Platinum is an inflation-sensitive asset. Keep that in the back of your mind. Gold, that was down today, is safe haven. So looking over at XAU to gold ratio, that's still looking good to go higher. Gold and silver mining companies. Now keep in mind, gold doesn't have to go higher. It just needs to go sideways, and the gold and silver mining companies should still go up. Why do you say that, Andy? Why would you make that statement? Because as they sell more and more gold at higher elevated prices, they make more earnings. So, keep in mind, they don't sell everything in one day. They sell things over time. And if gold stays high, like where we're up here, well, now they're selling it for April onward. Those are all very high levels. The higher this stays, the more money they make. That's all I'm going to say. So GDX is down a little bit. No big selling pressure here. GDXJ, no big selling pressure here. Still looks good to go higher. And SILJ's down a little bit. Still, it is above the all-important support trend line. That looks good to go higher with time. So there's a reason we went through that resistance. If we were weak, we would have turned and headed lower. But what did we do? Higher high, higher lows, right in. We broke through resistance, and yes, we could sit on top of this and consolidate for a little bit. We may not. No one knows that answer. And that's where it becomes real difficult. People will ask, should I buy something over here? Well, number one, I can't tell anybody what to do, but I can tell you what I would do. And what I would do is I would look for lagging companies in silver. Maybe sort through SILJ, do a lot of charting, see what's still down. That's kind of what I would do. Crude oil up 2.22%. What's going on here? That's an inflation-sensitive asset. Gold down, platinum up, crude oil up. Interest rates up. Is this going to be the beginning of a new trend where we go higher? It could be. That's what we need to be watching for. Is the trend changing where we get a little bit different market condition, where crude oil, platinum, and all these other ones go up, and gold and silver maybe have a rest, or maybe silver goes up and gold rests, maybe. TTF gas, this looks like a bottom here, guys. So this is when I start to get a little bit more active, is when things start look like they're bottoming here. So you get sideways action like this, you get wicks at the bottom. That looks good. That looks like an opportunity on a big double bottom in a falling wedge. Myself, right there. Boom, that's me. I like it. Natural gas in America. Now we got to look to see if natural gas firms up in America here shortly. We're coming up to kind of the softer portion of the season. I think it normally bottoms around fall time, and I'd be looking. I'd be looking to see where this thing goes, and then looking at maybe potential investment opportunities in the natural gas space. Our boy XOP, yeah, you know me, up a little bit. Not a big move. We had a decent move in crude oil, but not a big follow through in XOP. I think it's probably waiting for confirmation from oil. Now, if oil starts to rocket higher, and I don't know, maybe we do, maybe we don't. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe XOP will follow it. And then OIH is down a little bit. Not much selling pressure though. Still holding on, still chopping sideways in its channel. Newcastle coal futures are down 1.66. Looks like we're doing a little bit of a retest, back test move on this support zone. We came up above. Here we are coming back on top of it, using it as support. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust down a little bit today. That's also well poised for a move higher, not lower. Higher, higher, higher. We've got all the traits, bullish engulfing, bullish engulfing. Now we're squeezing into a corner. Uranium price up slightly. This looks good. It's firming up, trying to move on up. That looks good. We got URA, the equities, down 1%. Is this something to worry about, Andy? I don't think so. It looks fine. Why do I think it looks fine? Because we came up and this is basically like a flag pattern or something going on, is what I see. So it looks fine. We'll probably rip higher when the inflation assets all start to move up, I think. URNM up 0.54%, looking good. And URNJ up 0.83%, still above support. This whole area is support, so it can dip in there without worry. It's holding on, and we didn't get follow through here with this big bearish engulfing. So that's good. You know, not a ton of selling pressure here. And we'll see if there's any more follow through. We'll wait a couple of days here. Nickel's up 0.3%. Like I said, I think this is bottoming. It's going to head higher here. Looks really good to move on up. Double bottom, and you could look at your nickel opportunities here. Copper is slightly lower today. And we've been chopping sideways. I think this here, this tariff news, is just a bunch of noise. That's what I think it is. So this big move up and this big move down is noise, and I think we'll work our way back up, definitely up to here, and we'll see what happens after that. COPX down 1.66, doing a retest back to support. Still looks good, sitting on top of everything. Lithium's down 2.39%. We got this big ugly gap here that could get filled. It's a possibility. Not saying that it will. I'm saying it's possible. You know, a lot of people don't listen very discreetly. I use a lot of words. I carefully select my words. So a lot of people think that gaps will be filled. I'm not a gap filler believer always. A lot do get filled. I'm not saying that they don't, but it's like 80% or 70% or something like that. Check AI, it'll say something like that. But this looks good. It's a big double bottom. We're trying to break out. We're at resistance. REMX already broke out. Got a little bit of a down day today, but still looks fantastic. No big selling pressure. I think we go higher. Iron ore down just ever so slightly. And we're in an uptrend. So what am I going to say? We're in an uptrend. We're in a bull market. We've broken resistance of the downtrend. We're going higher. Give it time. Aluminum, 2613. We're not above the 2650 launch point yet, but we're just underneath it. Give it time. We'll see. But we'll break this dang thing. Baltic Dry Index up 0.4. We're in an uptrend here. So we do uptrend things when things are in uptrends. We don't get bearish. We don't think that, oh, when is this going to turn? Why is it going to fall? No, 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 no. Big pattern here. We broke into the upside. Your projected move is the size of this pattern there. So the projected move is going to go up quite a bit there. So that's my view there in Baltic. Emerging markets down a little bit. Remember, we had stronger dollar, stronger yields. Emerging markets are down 1.23%, and that's as expected with the overall market moving up like that. Move down a little bit. Again, this doesn't change my opinion no matter where this kind of floats around. We're sitting on top of a pattern that's bullish. KRE, again, down 0.06. We had stronger yields, stronger dollar. Didn't really move. It's holding on. And same with XHB. It's holding on. It's down 1.8, but that's a hold right there in an uptrend move. Russell 2000 is down a little bit. Again, still looks okay. Above support on a lot of this. There's a lot of support underneath there. We've got SPX up a little bit. Still looks okay. The NASDAQ down slightly at resistance. We'll see what happens here. We got the Dow Jones Transportation Index down slightly, but still looks good to go higher. No reversal candlestick. XLI down a little bit. This one's got a little bit more bearish tint from that inverted flag pattern, but we'll see if there's any follow through or not here because there's a lot of other things that are bullish around it. SMCI down a little bit. Still looks bullish though. Nvidia up 0.24%. That's still holding on somehow. Man, this to me looks like a top. It just does. And then we're up here somehow. Man, that plunge protection team is doing a great job. Look at that. How did we come from here? That looks so bad. Looks so bad. Maybe we're in wave 5. Yeah, maybe. Bitcoin's down 4.1%. That's an ugly looking candlestick. Eesh. Same with Ethereum. Ugly looking candlestick there. Now this still looks recoverable. This has a lot of upside momentum. That is a bearish engulfing reversal candlestick. We could consolidate here, and maybe we consolidate sideways or something for a couple days or something like that. Usually, here's another big one, ugly looking one that we consolidated. Kind of went through a consolidation, so maybe we consolidate. We'll see. MicroStrategy's down 4.3%. Another ugly looking. I don't like this. This is ugly. So usually you get a sideways. This is wave 4. Wave 5 comes all the way up, and then you get your kind of your Batman pattern. Hey, what's up, Batman? It's a topping pattern if you want to know. But maybe we'll see. And then the VIX up 2.35%. A little bit of volatility creeping in the markets. Curious to see if this works its way on up. We're doing kind of a back test on here. And sometimes you can see it move on up from here. So that's something to watch. But that's all I've got for today. So give me a thumb up for the content, guys. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website if you like. Specials and coupon code. We got a Saturday question and answer session coming up at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. They are recorded. They are uploaded to the website after they are done. Yes, it takes a little bit of time to compile afterwards, but they get on there and you can view whatever you like. You can view all the old ones too if you guys want to see what we've been talking about. There's a lot of kind of more educational stuff at the beginning of a lot of these Q&A sessions. So if you go back and watch them, you don't have to watch all of them. You can watch the beginnings. You probably could tell a lot of how I approach the markets, strategies, position sizing, all that stuff. All right, guys, that's all I've got. So we'll catch you next time. See ya.